In the late 1980s, Joel Hodgson turned his penchant for prop comedy and easygoing style into a new kind of show for television, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Although it started off locally in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it quickly moved to the Comedy Channel, which became Comedy Central, and helped it on its path to success. Two of the standout performers on the show were Trace Beaulieu, who played not only Dr. Clayton Forrester, but also the lovable cantankerous robot, Crow T. Robot, and Frank Conniff, who played the evil sidekick, TV's Frank. As part of the show's cast, they not only worked on writing the scripts and preparing gags, but they helped define the riff, or the humorous running commentary made by the performers on the show as they watched the films they are presenting, and more importantly, watching along with the audience. In the years since Mystery Science Theater 3000 was canceled, the players on the show have gone on to form several different riffing troupes, including Cinematic Titanic, Riff Traffics, and now the Mads from Mystery Science Theater, with Frank Conniff and Trace Beaulieu. More information about tour dates can be found here at www.themadsareback.com. We had the chance to catch up with Frank and Trace at DragonCon and learned more not only about their experience on the show, but also about their coming tour.
So, surprise, surprise, we are here with both Trace Beaulieu and Frank Conniff, formerly Mystery Science Theater 3000, now going on. You guys have been doing a live show for about the last year. How's that going for you guys?
It's been fantastic. We call ourselves now the Mads, because we were...
The Mads?
The Mads. See, the math isn't hard. But yeah, we're touring all over. We're going to Chicago next week.
Great.
And then
Jacksonville, Florida,
New
El
Orleans,
Paso, New Orleans,
Seattle,
Phoenix, Tucson.
Look at a map, we'll be there.
Awesome.
Bunch of places.
Awesome. So, as far as the live show goes, I mean, most of our fans are clearly familiar with your work on Mystery Science Theater. What's your new approach doing it live? I know a lot of the stuff is sort of recorded live, but you guys prepared a lot of the material prior to. How is the approach different with the live audience there, and exactly?
Well, just like we did on Mystery Science Theater, we prepare a script and we try to be as scripted as we can and cover as many moments in the film as we can. But when we do it live, and we'll do a movie several times live, and then it just evolves as we do it. We add a lot of new lines. We take some lines out, and it gets better. You know, the audience helps us make it a better riff because their laughter kind of tells us what's working and what's not.
It's just the purity of the jokes. It's the movie. Frank and I, the jokes, the audience, there's no tinsel, there's no robots, there's none of that kerfuffly bullshit. I didn't mean to say kerfuffly.
Oh, that's totally fine.
It's okay.
Wow.
I can edit it out at any point as well.
So, how does the timing of the live audience affect the jokes? Because I know from my own experience that the telling of a joke might be funny if the timing's right, but if you lose it,
yeah, it's critical to the live experience, and then the audience. That's why the audience is so helpful to us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll play a joke, it'll go great one night, and then the next night it's like, why didn't that work? It's all
the joke
just
has
chemistry.
to land at just the right moment, in the movie, and also sometimes, and this is the best problem you can have. Sometimes the laughter goes on for so long that you miss a couple jokes. But that's a problem we don't mind having.
That's a quality problem, right?
Yes, exactly. There's so much packed into every show that it's different every time we do it. And also we do a different movie each show.
Yeah.
And if we repeat a town, if we come back to a city, we'll have brand new movies.
If we do two shows in one town, it's always two different movies each show.
Now, do you find that do you localize any of your comedies?
Sometimes, a little bit, not always, but sometimes you figure out what's the town nearby that they all think sucks.
That's just a standard kind of that's a trope of comedy that that always works.
Yeah, do local products or whatever if you can throw them in. It's called pandering, and we're not above it. Believe me.
So, I've actually been familiar with the whole concept of Mystery Science Theater since you guys were a local show.
On KTMA?
Yeah.
You remember that?
My friend James Walls was a professional wrestler, and apparently you guys, I guess there was Jimmy's Super Wrestling Show. We used to film next to you guys or something.
We had to be out of that studio by 5 because the wrestling show came in whether we were done or not. Yes, exactly. That's a piece of trivia that not many people know. Yes, you give yourself a pat on the back if it doesn't hurt. But yeah, we would. The wrestling show was actually more popular than we were. But Andy Griffith's show trumped all of us. That was the most popular show on KTMA.
Yeah, he came to me one day. He's like, "I know you love bad movies. There's this thing that they shoot right around the wrestling show that I'm on, and you're gonna think it's the greatest show ever. I think it's gonna be going national soon." And he's like, "You're gonna love this thing," and I did.
And which format is more popular, huh? Wrestling or what we do?
Or riffing. Contact riffing is big.
Wrestling is better, but it's real and we're fake.
Sports entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Entertainment.
so over your careers, I mean, I think.
Thank you for using that word.
I will. It's entertainment. Coined by.
I meant career.
Career.
It's just so complimentary to apply that to us.
How can't I? I mean, but so over your careers, has there ever been a riff that after you did it, you wish you could have taken back or gotten rid of?
No take-backs or give-backs.
Yeah.
It's just,
Once it's out there,
once it's done, it's done. You know, yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, you regret it as you're doing. That's when the regret happens. Is as you're, you know, in Mystery Science Theater, when we were writing the films, we got so immersed in them, and some of them were so tedious that we just, oh, why did we ever do this? But once we filmed it and put it on, there was usually no regrets. You know, they usually turned out good. So.
Is that the reason why you you were inspired to do the live show? Is it like that in that to be in that moment? Yeah, I know.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I record YouTube videos. I do Game of Thrones content, and the live streams that we do, podcasting, is so much more fun because you get to see the people's reactions to what you say.
Right,
absolutely.
You get to feel how, and converse with them and really be in that moment.
Yeah, there's a different electricity. Like we're doing a podcast this afternoon at 4 o'clock, Movie Sign with the Mads with Carolina Hidalgo, and it's a much more lively experience. Live!
Yeah.
That's why they use that word. But yeah, absolutely. Got to have the audience. And people want us to put our stuff online, but it's like you got to come and see us live first.
Yeah.
It's much,
the audience
it's a much better
makes,
experience.
You know, Mystery Science Theater was such a great experience, and I didn't think anything could be better than that. But doing it in front of a live audience, doing movie riffing in front of a live audience is even more fun because you get the laughter, you get the feedback.
Yeah,
You know?
and we crave it.
Because you guys are obviously well known, but to get to experience the fans firsthand, seeing how they're in the enjoyment and the joy
Yeah,
is rewarding for you guys, right?
Well, there's nothing better than writing a joke and then performing the joke and then having it land and an audience appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's our drug.
That's why I never understood some of the comedies on Netflix. People watch the recorded ones, and I've been to Montreal just for laughs, for an example. To go to a live show to experience it like that is just so much more fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Speaking of failing and not, which one of the riffs did you do live that you thought was going to hit and just?
Well, it depends on the joke, you know, and it depends on the night, and I don't want to talk about our jokes that don't work. You'll find them. You'll find them.
It's weird though. Sometimes you'll think like a crude kind of like fart joke or whatever. You think, oh, that can't miss, and it doesn't do that well. And then something that's a little subtler, a little more nuanced, that joke does really well. We have very smart audiences, so it's good to just always assume that
they're kind of familiar with what you guys do at this point.
They've seen our early work. They know what there
Does that make your thought process more does it make the thought process behind the jokes more difficult as well, because you know that your fans are hardcore and they have this different thought process, so you're always trying to find ways to kind of up the ante to kind of diverge?
You know, we write stuff that we like, we know makes us laugh, and hopefully it makes the audience laugh too. I don't
That's
think
the only way you can write comedy.
Yeah. And I always try to write something that's going to make Frank crack up.
Which isn't hard to do.
the flavor of a Pringle.
Yeah.
Can you say that? The fever of the flavor.
Fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
Hey,
Make
wow.
me laugh
That's
every
pretty-
time.
Gentlemen, we have time for one more question.
Okay. So I remember back, like in City Limits, when you guys had to open the umbrella as the girl's coming out of. How often do you find that you run into things like that with the film? There's a surprise in there that you'd forgotten about, or that you...
Well, after that, we really meticulously, Frank went through all the movies to see if there was any moment like that.
Any nude scene that I came across in a movie, I would watch over and over again just to make sure that it was inappropriate for us.
Yes.
I studied them closely.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Can I get a picture with you guys?
Yeah,
real fast?
sure, of course.
I'll